Hi guys, welcome in. Better Off Dead on a Friday afternoon. Pick 'em all Friday here at MLB, so we're gonna go for it. I've spent about 30 seconds doing research on most of these, so fade away. Rays at Jays, I'm going with the Blue Jays, and I'm gonna go over 10.5 in that game. There in Buffalo, New York, right, at the minor league park. Red Sox at Yankees, I'm taking the dog. I'm taking the Boston Red Sox in a surprise. And I'm also taking over, I think it's 8.5 in that game. Garrett Cole, maybe the best pitcher of this generation, but he's bound to lose somewhere. How about today? Mets at Phillies. I think there was a switch here. It was supposed to be DeGrom going for the Mets, and I can't remember who's going for the Phillies. Something happened in the last hour or two. I saw a couple different pitchers I've never heard of. So I'm going to go with an under 10. I'm sticking with the under is what I'm trying to say, and I'm sticking with the Mets, despite Jacob deGrom apparently not pitching for them. Moving on, Pirates at Reds. I talked about this game a little bit earlier. I'm taking the Reds team total on a more official play over the 4.5. So naturally, I'm going to go for that game total of 8 even for them. And backed by Sonny Gray, I'm picking the Reds. Reds and the over there. Detroit Tigers hosting the Tribe, the Cleveland Indians. I'm going to take the Tigers, bit of an upset, and I'm going to go under 8.5. I think there's two decent pitchers going there, and the Tigers don't seem to score a lot of runs. Kind of frustrating sometimes. The Marlins hosting the Braves. The Marlins are pretty good, apparently. I'm going to go fish and under 9. Donnie Baseball's a good manager. I thought he deserved a longer stint in Los Angeles. Good to see that team playing well. Orioles hosting the Nats. Steven Strasburg, after getting ejected from the Loge section there. I'm going to back the Orioles, fresh off of their dominance over the Phillies there in Philadelphia, coming back home. This rivalry game, why not? Orioles, maybe they're a decent team. I think the Nats have clearly taken a step back after the World Series. If you can get around Juan Soto, maybe you win that game. I'm going over 9. Camden Yards, always a home run park. Maybe they get to Strasburg. Sometimes he has an off day. I've talked about the game too much. Moving on, Royals at Twins. I'm going Twins, and I'm going over 10. Odorizzi for the Twins. Can't remember who for the Royals, but Royals are coming alive, actually. I think they won a few games, and they've scored some runs, hit for some power. But those Twins bats, huh? Twins and the over 10 there. Brewers going to Chicago Cubs. Game 2 of this series. I think Brewers dropped game 1. Brewers have been a disappointment. I like the Brewers. They're a fun team to watch, in my opinion. IMHO. But I'm going to back them today. Cubs are due to lose, I think, and over 8. Maybe the wind is blowing in. That seems to be the big factor there at Wrigley. But the heck with it. I'm kind of hoping Christian Yelich does something big here in the next couple days. Next game, sorry, I'm squinting at my own board. Rangers at Rockies. I would talk about this game a little bit earlier. Lance Lynn going for the Rangers against a rookie for the Rockies. In my earlier video analysis, I'm going to back the Rockies. They're the dog today. They're getting plus money. They're at home to get back on track a little bit after a pretty dismal showing hosting the Diamondbacks last few days. I like Lance Lynn a lot. I think the Rangers are a decent team. I think the Rockies are pretty good. So I'm going to take them at that plus number, and I'm going to go under 12.5. Rolling the dice there at Coors Field. Right below that, if I can see it a little bit better, is Mariners at Astros. This is Kikuchi going for the Mariners. I think the Astros are going to get to this guy. The Mariners didn't fare very well. I think they played at Texas. They looked good in that game 1, and they're just having a hard time stringing hits and runs together. The Astros, to me, are still the Astros sort of any given day, and it's becoming a little bit of a now or never for them to make a little bit of a run. Can't remember the right-hander going for them, but he's got pretty good numbers. I know their bullpen is a problem, but I'm going to take Astros, and I'm going to take over 8.5. I think they'll go deep a few times today. Then the Padres at Diamondbacks, game 1 of this series. Padres looked crappy last couple of days in Los Angeles. And the Diamondbacks looked strong, as we talked about there in Denver at Coors Field, putting a lot of hits and runs together. I'm going to back them to keep the momentum going and come back home. And I think it's Merrill, I think his name is, going for the Diamondbacks. Pretty good numbers. I'm going to keep it under 9 and go and back the Arizona Diamondbacks. Second to last game there has got to be Dodgers and Angels. They're playing in Anaheim tonight. I'm going to go Angels. I'm going to bet against Clayton Kershaw to lose his second game in a row. Respect the heck out of the Dodgers, but the Angels need one, and I'll take over 9. I'll take a couple of those right-handed bats to get to Kershaw. Of course, I must be talking about Trout, and Rendon is coming alive. So I'm going to back the Halos, and I'm going to look for over 9 in the hot weather. A few home runs, I got to believe. Oakland A's at Giants there, another rivalry game. And I'm going to back the A's, who have been pretty hot. They took 2 or 3 from the Angels. Matt Chapman going a little bit nuts, and a few of their bats really came alive this last week or so. They've won, gosh, at this point, something like, got to be, 11 out of 13 or something like that. So I'll look for them to beat the Giants there at San Francisco, and I'm going to say over 8.5, I think I wrote down. I believe it's at 8.5. A's and the over there in that game. Okay, pick them all Friday. Fade the hell out of these. Very little thought or research was put into these picks, but hey, you never know. Mixture of dogs and a few heavy favorites. Hope kind of evens out there with the juice and the plus money and that sort of thing. So we'll see how I do. I'll round it up. If look like I'm doing decent, I'll put some theoretical gains up there. Okay, guys, this is a long video. Sorry for being so talky, but better off dead. Have a great time this evening. Safe weekend. Thank you.